Hey Belmont 4th graders, you're with Miss Verman again this week to do a walkthrough of the Virginia Studies Journal for the American Revolution. I want to bring you back to the time that we did this unit. I know many of you experienced taxation without representation with the M&Ms. And remember, that was the basis for the American Revolution. So, colonists, they believed that their local assemblies, their local government had the legal authority, or that their local government had the power. They believed that they should not be taxed because they had no representation in government in England. Parliament believed that they had legal authority in the colonies, and they believed that they had the right to tax the colonies. So, because of the different beliefs as to governing, and the fact that the colonists kept getting taxed without having a say, we then had the Declaration of Independence. And remember that the Declaration of Independence, it says that the authority to govern belongs to the people, not the king. So they're saying that the colonists had the power to govern. The Declaration of Independence was written by Thomas Jefferson. It says that all people are created equal, and it says that people have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. So, we had our first battle of Great Bridge. What happened was that British soldiers attacked Virginia militia. It involved the Virginia militia, the Governor Dunmore, and British soldiers. It happened on December 9th of 1775. It happened in Great Bridge, Virginia, south of Norfolk. And remember, Norfolk is near the water, so it's near the Atlantic Ocean. So, who won and how? Patriots won. The militia won because they were well trained. This battle was important because it was the first land battle fought in Virginia. It forced Governor Dunmore to escape or flee from Norfolk, and it put American forces in control of Virginia. Woo! So within Virginia and in the United States, you had three main groups of people that believed different things. So you have the Patriots, and they were people who were against England. They wanted independence. You had the Loyalists. Those were people that were loyal to England, and they agreed with paying the taxes. And then you had the Neutrals, and they were people that did not take sides. So you had some famous people that we talked about during this unit. We had George Washington, who was the commander-in-chief of the Continental Army. Woo, Georgie. You had Thomas Jefferson, who wrote the Declaration of Independence and provided political leadership. You had Patrick Henry, who inspired patriots, and remember, he was mad because of taxes. He said, "Give me liberty or give me death." You also had Marquis de Lafayette. He was a French guy. He volunteered himself and other French people to help with the Continental Army. The King of France gave troops, ships, and money. Marquis also helped with the win at Yorktown. Remember Yorktown's last battle? We'll get to that later. James Armstead Lafayette. He was an enslaved African American. He spied for the army. When the war was over, he requested his freedom. And last but not least, you have Jack Jouett. He heard the British were coming. He rode through the backwoods to warn Thomas Jefferson and the General Assembly that people were coming to arrest them. All right, so during the American Revolution, people had different rules. All right, so if you were patriots, if you're a Virginia Patriot, you served in the army and fought for independence. If you were a woman, you took on more responsibilities to support the war effort. So, meaning that you would do extra sewing of clothing for those who needed it. For Indians, Native peoples, having a hard time getting this open here. They fought alongside with the Patriots while others fought with the British, so they were split in two. You had enslaved Africans. They supported the British, who promised them freedom. You have the neutrals. Virginia neutrals were neutral and did not take sides. And you had the free Africans who fought for independence from Great Britain. So the capital moved during this time to Richmond. The population was moving westward. Richmond is more of a central location, remember, and it decreased the possibility of sea attack versus where it originally was, which was Williamsburg. That could be attacked easily. And this is where our capital is today. So then you have our great victory at Yorktown. Remember, this was the final battle of the American Revolution. George Washington had double the amount of troops that the British had. General Cornwallis was in charge of the British troops, and eventually the British surrenders. The Americans had won the war, and they signed the Treaty of Paris in 1783 by the King. George III saying that the war was over, and now the colonists had their own government, and that's how we became the United States of America, yo. Alright, thank you for doing a walkthrough with me this week of the American Revolution. I hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and you'll be hearing from me next week.